Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, and all the ice is gone. Every glacier, every ice sheet, Greenland, Antarctica, the towering giants in the Himalayas, the Andes, the Rockies, polar caps, ancient frozen landscapes that stood for millions of years, liquid. No countdown, no headlines, no chance to run. Floodwaters are rising, coastal cities are drowning, subways are underwater. The ocean has surged more than 60 meters overnight, enough to swallow entire island, nations like the Maldives and Fiji. And it's just the beginning. Because glaciers aren't just frozen water. They're the planet's brakes, its buffers, its memory. And when they vanish all at once, Earth doesn't just heat up, it breaks down. The water starts moving. Glaciers store around 70% of the world's fresh water. That water doesn't disappear. It moves with terrifying speed. Rivers swell, seas rise, lowlands vanish beneath churning waves. Within mere hours, global sea levels rise by 65 meters. That's 213 feet. That's enough to drown the Statue of Liberty, all the way up to her torch. This isn't a slow flood creeping in. This is a planetary tidal shift. Beaches vanish first, then roads, then whole neighborhoods. Entire cities are swallowed, gone by sunset. Miami, erased. Venice, not sunken, dissolved. London's historic heart, submerged beneath black, swirling water. Entire island nations, cultures, languages, homes, disappear in a single day. Airports are underwater, ports are destroyed, power plants short-circuit in salt water, and global trade, it doesn't slow, it just stops. North America changes forever. The entire eastern seaboard vanishes beneath the waves. Florida becomes a memory, leaving behind scattered island peaks. New York City, Boston, Washington, D.C., gone. Millions flee inland, but roads are choked. Evacuation becomes chaos. Governments are paralyzed. In South America, the ocean pushes into the Amazon basin. The mighty river reverses. Salt water kills the rainforest from the roots up. It doesn't burn, it withers, quietly. In Europe, northern cities, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Hamburg, disappear beneath relentless tides. The Mediterranean swells outward, swallowing Greece, Italy, Spain. Its heat surges deeper into the continent, cooking the interior. And Africa doesn't lose as much land, but it loses something worse. The heat, the humidity, the atmosphere becomes oppressive. Regions cross a deadly threshold where human bodies can no longer cool themselves. It's not about discomfort anymore. It's about survival, minute by minute. In Australia, the sea invades the interior. An enormous inland sea forms where deserts once lay. But that doesn't help. Most Australians live near the coast, and now they have nowhere to go. The continents still resemble their old shapes, but they no longer function like they used to. You'd think a glacierless Antarctica would be lush green land. It's not. It's chaos. Antarctica wasn't just covered in ice. The ice was holding it together. Underneath, much of the land lies below sea level. Remove the ice, and the ocean rushes in. Not slowly, instantly. What was once a massive continent fractures into a ragged chain of unstable islands. New seas slice through ancient rock. Superstorms churn endlessly, battering the newly exposed terrain. Antarctica becomes a cold, wind-slashed archipelago. But the damage doesn't stay there, because now the planet itself begins to change. Mass isn't just moving, it's redistributing. As tens of millions of gigatons of meltwater shift from the poles to the equator, Earth's rotation is affected. The spin slows, not by much, just 10 to 20 seconds per day. But this isn't about the numbers. it's about what they mean. A change in Earth's rotation signals something deeper. The planet's balance has been thrown off, and when a spinning object loses balance, everything becomes unpredictable. Glacier water is fresh, oceans are salty. Mixing them throws everything off. Salinity drops, currents weaken or stop entirely. The Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, AMOC, the giant ocean current that regulates heat across the globe, slows to a crawl. Maybe it halts. Without it, warm equatorial water stays trapped. Cold polar water stagnates. Climate patterns, crafted over millennia, collapse in weeks. The Arctic warms rapidly. The tropics become unlivable. Marine ecosystems implode. Plankton, tiny organisms that form the base of the ocean food web, die off. Coral reefs bleach beyond repair. Fish populations crash. Whales starve. The oceans, once teeming with life, start to rot. Ice is Earth's mirror. It reflects sunlight. Without it, the planet absorbs far more heat. Temperatures spike. Evaporation surges. Storms become monsters. Hurricanes form more frequently and grow stronger than ever before. Rain falls where it never has. And deserts? Some flood, others crack and die. Farmlands in temperate regions turn to dust. Regions dependent on seasonal rainfall find themselves in endless drought, or endless deluge. Mountain ranges face near constant rain, triggering massive landslides. Even small undersea earthquakes now trigger catastrophic tsunamis because sea levels are already too high to absorb the shock. There is no normal anymore, just chaos. Even land that escapes flooding doesn't survive. Salt water seeps into underground freshwater aquifers, poisoning entire water supplies. Soil becomes too saline to grow crops. Even untouched farms stop producing. The food system collapses in 1,000 silent ways. Too much water, too much heat, too much unpredictability. Crops fail across continents. Famine follows. And the crisis isn't just environmental anymore. It's social. Glaciers are more than frozen water. They're time capsules. Inside them, trapped history. Heavy metals from long-dead volcanoes. Chemicals sealed away by past civilizations. And microorganisms, bacteria and viruses that haven't seen the light in hundreds of, thousands of years. Some are harmless. Some aren't. Some, humanity has never encountered. Now, they enter oceans. They leach into soil. They become airborne. Some spread slowly. Others explode through weakened ecosystems. Immune systems collapse. Hospitals are overwhelmed. A new biological chapter begins, one we're not ready for. Today, about 40% of humanity lives near coastlines. In this new world, those homes are gone. Hundreds of millions become climate refugees overnight. Inland cities are overwhelmed. Borders harden. Nations panic. Ports are gone, so trade collapses. Oceans are broken, so fishing stops. Farms fail, so food becomes rare. This isn't the extinction of humanity, but it is the end of modern civilization as we know it. Technology breaks. Supply chains vanish. Survival replaces progress. Life continues, but the world feels centuries older and far more fragile. Some opportunities do emerge. New shipping routes open through the far north. Once frozen land reveals untapped mineral wealth. But these are hollow victories. They can't feed billions. They can't restore balance. They can't replace what we've lost. And they come with enormous costs. Any progress is drowned by the scale of devastation. This scenario might feel extreme. And it is. It won't happen overnight. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to happen suddenly to be dangerous. Even partial glacier melt already triggers many of these events, just slower, quieter, and easier to ignore. And that's the real threat. Not disaster in one day, but gradual collapse, normalized over decades. Glaciers are not just ice. They are Earth's memory of balance. And once that memory melts, there is no reset button. If this changed how you see the planet, hit like, subscribe for more real what if breakdowns, and stay curious.